Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. I know I mentioned this in yesterday's video, so I encouraged you, if you had any thoughts, to go ahead and get them into me. But today I'm going to be doing a quick rundown of my opinion of the best 5 teams in the NFL right now and the worst 5 teams in the NFL right now. And I base it on how they're playing at the moment, not what they've done as a complete body of work. Because, you can play really bad for 3 or 4 weeks, and then you can all of a sudden start playing really good. Or you can play really good for a month, and then you can just collapse like the Raiders do every year. The Raiders always start out 3-0, 4-0, 4-1, and then by the time the season's over with, they end up going 7-10. That's just what the Raiders do. So this is my opinion of the best 5 teams and the worst 5 teams, because tomorrow will be week number 14 in the NFL season. I know we had the game on Thursday night, but just like I said yesterday, Pittsburgh is not on my best 5 or worst 5, and Minnesota is not on my best 5 or worst 5, so I'm not too concerned about that game. I'm going to be talking about all the teams that are going to be playing tomorrow or Monday. The worst 5 teams for me right now, number 5 is the New Orleans Saints. Now, I know they don't have one of the worst records in the NFL, and I know Sean Payton generally is an offensive guru, but ever since Jameis Winston got hurt, the Saints' offense has been absolutely abysmal. So even though their overall record, even though they are below 500, the record is not awful. The last month, they have been terrible. Number 4 right now is the New York Jets, who not only sucked last week, but they have sucked all year long. Number 3 is the Houston Texans. Number 2 is the Jacksonville Jaguars. And believe it or not, I have read a few articles this week where different pundits are already wanting to call Trevor Lawrence a bust. I'm not going to go that far yet. I think I even talked about this before the season started, that the Jaguars are terrible. So if you expected the Jaguars to be any good, you're crazy. And if you expected Trevor Lawrence to have a good season, you're crazy. You're not going to bring in a rookie quarterback and a rookie head coach, as far as being an NFL coach, who has no idea how to run an NFL franchise, and bring in a quarterback who has no idea how to run an NFL franchise, and expect the team or the quarterback to be any good. Now, it's not quite as bad as the Jets. The Jets' whole entire franchise is a joke. So every quarterback they get, no matter how talented they are, they're going to be a joke, because the Jets have no idea what they're doing. In time, Urban Meyer may learn what he's doing, and the Jaguars owners may learn what they're doing. But when you have a head coach who's clueless how to run an NFL team and a quarterback who is clueless, the quarterback is going to suck and the team is going to suck. So I'm not going to say Trevor Lawrence is a bust right now. And even if you want to say that, it's not his fault. It's because he's being trained by people who have no idea what they're doing. Number 1 is the Detroit Lions, who I know had the worst record in the NFL, and they just recently got their win, but they're still a terrible football team. And my best 5, number 5 is the Miami Dolphins. Now, I know they're still below 500 on the season, but they have won 5 straight games. So over the past month, they have been playing completely different than what they did at the beginning of the season. Number 4 is the Green Bay Packers. Number 3 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number 2 is the Kansas City Chiefs. And if you follow the NFL, you know that after about the first 5 or 6 weeks, the Chiefs fans were ready to jump off cliffs. What's wrong with Mahomes? Has the league caught up to Mahomes? Is Andy Reid in over his head? What's wrong with our defense? And now all of a sudden, over the past 6 weeks or so, they've looked like the old Kansas City Chiefs, their defense has actually gone from giving up 33 points a game to only giving up like 15 points a game over the past month. And the best team in the NFL right now is the Arizona Cardinals. So that's my worst 5 and best 5 as we head into week number 14 of the NFL season. It's still hard for some people to believe that it's no longer a 16-game season. It's now a 17-game season. So I'm wanting to see if anybody makes the playoffs at 8 and 9, since there's that extra game now. We used to always get 8 and 8 teams in the playoffs. And one year we even had a 7 and 9 team make the playoffs. So I'm anxious to see if there will be an 8 and 9 team in the playoffs this year. It might happen in one of the two leagues. And in case you have not heard, former Georgia Tech wide receiver and NFL wide receiver for the Broncos, amongst other teams, Demaryius Thomas, passed away on Thursday. He was only 33 years old. Now, he died from complications from medical stuff that he was taking from a bad vehicle crash in 2019. So it was medical complications was the reason for his passing. He was found dead in his home, which I believe was in Roswell, Georgia. And in case you do not know, Demaryius Thomas was actually born on Christmas Day. So he would have been 34 coming up on Christmas, and my mother was actually born on Christmas. So I know every Christmas I think about her. So I know now the family of Demaryius Thomas on Christmas will not only think about Christmas, but think about him being born. So let's please think about the family of Demaryius Thomas over the next few days. He passed away on Thursday at the age of 33 due to medical complications from a vehicle crash suffered in 2019. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. Karl Marx is a historically famous figure, but nobody ever mentions his sister, Anya, who invented the starting pistol. You know, when you start a race, Anya Marx. Yeah, she's the sister of Karl Marx. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.